One of the most destructive things that we have to deal with in our relationships with our loved ones, our family, and so on, is addiction. When that becomes part of your life, it can leave you in a position where you are basically faced with a situation to which there is no escape without somebody getting hurt. Now, I am not talking about your average garden variety mild addiction that we would all have. Everybody can have a certain level of addiction to something that doesn't necessarily interfere with your ability to function properly as a normal human being. For example, I myself am just a little bit too fond of my coffee, and I drink too much of it, and I know it's not good for me. But on the other hand, I don't think it is really interfering with my ability to function just yet. My family isn't suffering as a result of my coffee consumption, and it's not really a problem. As such, I would consider that to be a mild addiction, a low-level addiction. Addiction can be to all sorts of things. Addiction can be to substances. Addiction can be to activities. Addiction can be to engaging in certain forms of behaviour. For example, gambling addiction. So, with that said, when does addiction become an actual serious problem? And I think it is when it becomes something that the person is in question, the affected person, the addict, is constantly engaged in. Pretty much every waking moment of their lives, they are engaged in trying to satisfy their craving for more and more and more of whatever it is they are addicted to. And then it becomes a seriously destructive force in your life. It becomes something that not only affects the addicted person themselves, but especially and tragically the people around them who have to deal with this person. Because if there's one thing that an addictive personality, an addicted person, is good at, it's manipulating the people around them. Remember that in the mind of the addicted person, the only thing that actually matters is for them to get their fix of whatever it is they crave. And they will do anything, literally anything, to satisfy that desire. They will manipulate, they will lie, they will cheat, they will play one family member against another. It doesn't matter, as long as in the end they get what they crave. But does that mean that the addicted person in question is evil? No. Addiction is ultimately like an illness. It is something that needs to be approached with a compassionate attitude. An addiction is something from which the addicted person themselves also suffers. But still, as a family member, as an affected person, somebody in the close circle around the addicted person, that doesn't mean the fact that you need to look at the addicted personality, the person and what they're doing. You need to look at that compassionately, certainly. But still, all the same, despite your compassion, despite your desire to help them and try to get them through this and make them better, despite all that, you need to make sure that you will not give in to anything that is designed to have the addicted person satisfy their desire. That is the key. No matter how compassionate you are, no matter how sympathetic you are to the plight of the addicted person, do not give in. Be compassionate but firm, and do not let them at the object of their desire. And that's the thought I wanted to leave you with today.